Right. In today's video, we're going to do kind of like a response or a additional video, add-on video to the video on classes in Tkinter, and I realized that people don't know what classes are, so we'll just go ahead and show uh, a basic understanding of what classes are. So we'll go ahead and start with the class definition. You're going to use just like you use def for a function, but it's class for a class. You can set your class variable to anything you like. It really doesn't matter. The only time you use it is when you assign the class to a variable, which is then you're creating an object with attributes of the alive class. Um, Whenever you're making class, you do whatever variable you like, kind of just like a function standard stuff. But you're gonna definitely mandatory need an init function in your class. This is the constructor function. Two underscores. You can see here two underscores. That's the underscore underscore init underscore underscore. And every time you're using a function in classes, self is always referenced. It's kind of like an imaginary scenario of whatever variable. Let's say you do person equals alive, and you're constructing a person with the attributes of the alive class. It's like a person dot health. That's how you would reference this variable. These are little attributes within the class. So you do self.stamina if you want to check the stamina variables. You in the constructor, you're going to pass in or not. You can just leave it just as self, and you don't have to pass in any variables. You'll do max health for this example, stamina, and name. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll do a person variable. We'll give him the alive class. We'll do 100 integer for max health, 100 integer stamina, and we'll just call him Tom. And so now you have these 1, 2, 3 constructor fields assigned, the parameters. But notice we didn't pass in self because self is the person. In this class, self is just the imaginary variable. It's just referencing itself. So if we have another function to take damage, you would have a damage parameter that you would put, a damage number in, and you would subtract that from your health. That's going to give your whole object a side effect, and it's going to be recorded in your object. So we constructed it right here. Let's go ahead and take some damage. We'll do person dot take damage. I like to do them with a capital secondary letter, and we'll just do 22 damage. And we'll go ahead and check with a print statement the person dot health. Let's see. Yep. Okay, that should be good. Let's see. 78. All right. So now we see that we took 22 damage. 22 plus 78 is 100. That's what we started out with. Let's see here. We're gonna see taking some more damage. Not take damage. And we'll do 10. We're just gonna copy this and paste them on down here. And we'll see that we took 10 more damage. So you see how the object is its own personal entity within the program. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we'll let's do the heal function. So the heal function is, adding the heal number to the health. Same variable. I mean, you know how games work. So we'll do person dot heal. And we'll do I guess we'll do 20, 25, I guess. And we'll do our check health. So we're back up to 93 health now after that heal. All right. So that's how you can manipulate these aspects of your object. This is object-oriented programming with the classes. Do your constructor first, mandatory. These are all your variables are going to be. You're not going to assign a new self dot, hairstyle or something anywhere else. It's got to be here. And if you don't have anything right then you put none. But at least the class knows about it. It's not going to be recorded. It'll probably make the variable within that function, but it defeats the purpose of the class. Another quick thing, these double underscores before a variable is actually coded into Python. It's built in, and that's kind of like an ignore. That's a private variable within your class, something that can't be manipulated, outside of the class or something like that. It's really just to keep it simple and just to have that constant variable, that unmovable variable locked in. You can probably change it within the class, but outside of the class, if you're trying to do something like that, it's not gonna work like that. You're gonna have you can even assign variables to and that aren't passed in the parameters. You see how we did 100 health, 100 stamina, name, then it just gave me a sword. That's just like probably like your default weapon or something. Yeah, you can use that in your constructor. Another thing is you can return strings. The strings gonna give you a update. I guess you could do like a formatted check status, like get status. One thing I want to point out though is don't try to assign and return these functions. Like let's say you wanted to do I got a get status function. We're gonna do a status variable and we're gonna equal it to person dot get status. And you might think that it's a clever way. I don't have to keep typing person dot get status. But what you're actually doing, and it's going to show whatever the recorded string was. That's what you're returning is the string. You're not you're just recording that point of time into that variable. You're just putting a string into a variable just like you would put any other string into a variable. So I would just shy away from thinking like that with these. That's the whole point of the object, is to have these dot. This is more concise. This is the whole point of it. This is the attributes of the object. If I was to do, status equals, and then print status for each of them. Print status. And run the program. You're going to see that the string that was recorded into that variable is just printed. It's just having that string. It's not running that function again. So a better way to do it would be to do person.get status. And this one is just self. We ignore self. Self is imaginary outside of the class, but within the class, very important. So we'll do person.get status. It's going to be a closed function, closed, no parameters. And we'll run them again. And this is the effect that you want. See here, kind of like a status bar in a video game. So we're starting out with 100, but we didn't print that. We took damage before we printed. So we're 78, 68. We healed 93. So, yeah, I hope that helps with understanding these classes. You can also do other class that precedes this class. Let's say it's an alive, but it's also an alive gnome, which has maybe half health, like 50 health, and you assign 50 to the gnomes or something like that. Uh, you would do the same thing, but you can do it a little bit different to grab these attributes, but that'll be for another video. I'll show that another day. Hope this helped you understand what's going on with these classes, and I appreciate if you like, subscribe, and leave a comment, questions, anything like that. Thanks. Bye.